Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Tab Case Roundup. I'm going to cover 10 cases in 10 minutes. So I have a lot of cases for the Galaxy Tab. Let's get right into it. First case I'm going to show you is from Casemate. This is the Casemate Venture case. It's one of my favorite cases for the iPad, and it sells for $49.99. It's made kind of a mystery material. I'm not quite sure what it is. It feels kind of like leather, but it's a little bit slick and glossy looking. You can see it's accented with red, and it's a folio style case. You insert the tab into it on the side like so, and it features a Velcro closure. It has kind of like a suede back inside that keeps the iPad protected. Once you have it in, you simply wrap the Velcro until it's closed like so. So it has a snap closure front that keeps the flap down and protects the screen when you're not using it, and then it has these two other snaps that you disengage to use the tab in a stand-like mode. It's very stylish, very sophisticated. It's one of my favorite cases for the iPad, and it's one of my favorite cases for the Galaxy Tab as well. My only complaint is it's a little bit thick back here where the stand portion rests. But if you're looking for a sleek and sophisticated folio style case that works as a stand, this is one of the best ones you'll want to check out. Up next, also from Casemate, is their Barely There case. I don't have any pricing information on this one yet because it's not on their website. I picked it up while I was at CES, and I think it's brand new. Again, very similar to the Barely There for the iPhone 4. This is a soft touch material that's black, and this is nothing more than a snap-on back cover for your Galaxy Tab. If you're looking for something just to protect the back, something that keeps the very slim form factor of the tab, this is what you're going to want to look for. It fits great, doesn't come off, it's not loose at all, has a nice cutout for the camera, and of course cutouts in all the right places for all of the ports and buttons and everything, including the microphone on the side. Again, very sleek, very sophisticated, feels really good. I used this case while I was out at CES because I was carrying it in my Scotty vest, and I wanted a case that kept things as slim as possible. So if you're looking for a super sleek snap-on back cover style case, you want to check out the Casemate Barely There. Up next is the Scosche Foldio. This is a folio style case that sells for $44.99. I picked it up at my local T-Mobile store. It's also available directly from the Scosche website. Comes in 3 different colors: black like I have here, also white, and carbon fiber. It's a very thin folio style case. The tab is held in by these little tabs that you slide the device into, and then it kind of clamps it down like so. It's not the most secure fitting case that I've used, but it's very sleek. What's key about this is you can see it has kind of clips that come over the right-hand side of the tab. The left-hand side has remained open, and that's so you can flip this out and use this case as a stand to prop up the tab when you want to type or watch videos. You know, it doesn't work all that well in the front position. You kind of have to bend it a little bit. I'm sure if I used the case a little bit longer, it would work in. I do like this case. Again, it's one of the thinner cases that doubles as a stand. I just didn't trust the holding mechanism that holds the tab in here as much as some of the other ones that I've tried, and that's why I chose not to use it after a while. So that is the Scosche Foldio. Up next is the Case Crown Canvas Stand. This sells for $20.95. It comes in black and red. Obviously by the name you know it's made out of canvas. This one reminds me a lot of the Apple case for the iPad. It's very thin, uses a similar holding method to keep the tab inside here. So it's kind of got a nice microfiber suede material inside. You slide your tab in like so, and then you tuck this little tab behind the device like that, and that locks it in place. It's held together, held shut by an elastic strap that once you have it closed, you can use the strap to secure the flap down like so. And there you go. And then when you're not using it, same thing, you can flip this around, close it, keep it in the back like so. This does have the option to use a stand, just like I said, the Apple iPad case. You tuck it in like that, then you can stand it up like this to type, or like that to watch videos. Has all the cutouts and everything you might want. The only thing I don't like about this, the case itself comes up onto the glass or onto the bezel just a little bit too far. It makes accessing like things like the notifications bar and sometimes the buttons a little bit more difficult. You sometimes have to kind of push this out of the way to get to the notifications bar, but it's definitely one of my favorite cases. It's very sleek, very form-fitting. It doesn't add a lot of bulk. I actually started with this one at CES before moving to the Barely There because I do like the screen protection it does provide side, and it's really inexpensive. So that's the case crown canvas stand. Up next, we have the Samsung Snap-on leather back cover. This is one of the OEM cases for the tab. This sells as low as $36.95. You can see it's made from a brownish kind of baseball glove looking leather. Comes in black also. Again, it's nothing more than a Snap-on back cover. Putting it on is quite easy. It's very minimalistic protection. It's basically just protecting the back of your device. The color is great. It feels awesome. My only complaint, it doesn't really protect any of the sides of the device. You can see that there. It does give you just a little bit of lay on the table design because the little clips that hold the tab in place come up over the device just enough that if you were to put it down, it's going to rest on these clips. Very slim, very form-fitting. Again, my only complaint, not a lot of protection on the sides. You're really just protecting the back. This is the second OEM Samsung case. This is their protective leather easel. This is available at Sprint stores as well, of course, from the Samsung website. It's made from leather, kind of has this accent here with the perforations, and it says Galaxy Tab with a little metal plate on the side. This is probably the bulkiest out of all the cases that I've tried. You put the tab in via the side. There's a large cutout there. However, there's nothing holding it in place. I don't think it's going to fall out. It's a pretty tight fit, but it's just kind of held in there by friction. This does have an elastic band similar to the case crown one that you flip around when you want to close it. You can see just how thick this is. This almost doubles the size of the tab, but you're getting a quite a bit amount of protection. There's a lot of padding in here. So in addition to protection, this also doubles as a stand. You can see there's little notches in there. There's 3 different positions that you can use for typing and viewing videos. There's also some pockets in the back for things like business cards and other identification. So that is the Samsung protective leather easel. I've seen it as low as $22.95 on various websites, and it comes in black or red. This is one of my favorite cases for the tab. This is the PD Air leather bookcase. It sells for $58. You can see it's black leather with this white stitching, which I've always liked. It's kind of unique because it's made in China. It's a book style case that opens from the right hand side. I guess this is how books open in China. It's kind of really ergonomic. For me, for someone who's right-handed, I hold the tab with my left hand and type with my right. The flap, therefore, kind of doesn't get in the way, which I really like. The only time it does so is when you're trying to access the power button. It can be a little bit awkward. Definitely takes some getting used to, remembering that the flap opens this way. You can see it's held shut via a magnet. I really like that. Again, it's not all that thick, very thin. It has a good cutout for the camera. The only thing about this one is there's no stand at all. So if you like to prop up your tab when you're using it, you won't be able to do it with this case. The leather is great. It has really nice padding. It smells good. And I'm really enjoying this case a lot. That is the PD Air leather bookcase. Again, $58. Perhaps you want no case on your tab at all when you're using it. This is the Case Crown Neoprene cover, available for $20. Simply a neoprene sleeve with a zipper for your tab. If you want to use your tab kind of in the naked form, when you're carrying it around, you may still want something to protect it. This neoprene sleeve, at only $20, it's really thin. The tab slides in there quite easily. You're getting a nice amount of protection in the form of the neoprene. You're going to protect your tab when you're carrying it. When you go to use it, easy in, easy out, and you're able to access the tab in its kind of naked form. So that is the Case Crown Neoprene sleeve, available for $20. Unfortunately, I don't have a brand name for this case. This case was actually given out at Showstoppers, one of the press events at CES. Judy from Gear Diary was nice enough to pick one of these up for me. I didn't see them giving them away. I was at the event. It says Unifi on the front. I tried to, Google it and see what it was all about, but I really couldn't find anything about the company. This is like my favorite case right now. It's made from leather. It smells awesome. It has a magnetic flap, which I'll show you in a second. Utilizes similar, encapsulation method as the Apple iPad case. It's got this flap that tucks in behind the tab and locks it in there. You can see about this one though, the leather case doesn't come up onto the glass all that much. So you have full access to all the screen, including the bar at the top. I really like it. The tan inside is a nice contrast. And again, it features a leather flap closure. On the back, you'll see it's got a great cutout for the camera lens, and it has that similar prop-up ability like the Apple iPad case, so you can use this in a stand. And of course, again, you can use it in 2 different ways, upright to watch videos, or the other way if you want to do typing and you want to keep your tab in a more upright position. So again, unfortunately, I don't have any information on this. If anyone knows about Unifi or knows about the case that they were handing out at Showstoppers, please let me know. But I'll try to do some research to see if I can come up where this one's from. But for now, you're just going to have to go with that. Last but not least is the SGP Neo Stand. This one's available for $42.99. It comes in a variety of colors. It's made from a soft touch plastic-like material. It's kind of robotic looking. I really like it. It also comes with these little felt pads that you install into the case so you protect the back of your tab. To insert it, you kind of lift one edge up and slide the tab underneath these rails here, and then close it. Similar to the other case I showed you, that doesn't lock in at all on this side because you're going to use the flip out method to prop it up in a stand. But I think because it's so tight in there, because it slides in, I don't have as much concern about using this one. When you go to close it, it has a little clip tab that locks shut. You still have access to all the buttons and ports even when it's closed. You can see on the back it has the SGP kind of logo and website there with a nice cutout for the camera. As I mentioned, this does work as a stand. There's 3 different positions. What's cool about them? When you're not using them, the little kickstand portion flops down. When you want to prop it up, simply put your finger under there, prop up the position you want, and then stick the left-hand side of the tab into that little notch. When you're done, close it. If you want more upright, open up one of the other notches, and then you're more upright. I'm really liking this case as well. It's kind of an all-in-one, pretty neat solution that matches, I think, the overall look and feel of the tab quite nicely. It doesn't add a lot of bulk, but because it's plastic, it is a little bit heavier than some of the other cases. But I think I may make this my go-to case for the tab for the time being. So that has been a brief look at 10 cases for the Samsung Galaxy Tab. If you have any questions about any of the cases I showed, please feel free to drop me a message. I'll try to put video description links for all of the cases that I showed you so you can check them out on your own. Again, if you have a specific question about any of the cases, leave me a comment. Otherwise, you all have a great day.